Okay, we're live with David Neff reviewing a debate that we had with Otangelo, or you had with Otangelo. What, about a week ago, or was that earlier this week?
That was a couple days ago.
And so I guess we'll go through the opening. I don't think we should speed it up.
No, I think we should keep it as is.
Yeah, because that makes it a little difficult to hear.
Yeah, so I guess the first question, who do you think won and why?
I think you did a really good job of putting out a case for evolution, and you had some very good points, and I don't think any of them were countered. And I don't think his argument amounted to anything more than what is it?
Personal incredulity.
Personal incredulity, and what do they call it again? What is Myers? What is the word? Irreducible complexity.
Yeah, irreducible. Hold on, Leo Felius asked for the link in the email. Hey, Leo, I put the link actually in the StreamYard in the chat, so feel free to come on in if you want to chat. So, Leo, feel free to come in.
Did you put it in?
Yeah, I put it in the sidebar for Leo.
Hang on a second here. Let me put it in there.
Yeah. You can't see it probably because I'm not a blue.
Oh, you don't have. Where are you? Put a comment in there of some kind.
There we go. Just made a comment there.
Oh, you don't have a wrench?
Nope, I don't.
You do now.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Am I okay? So my video is here. All right, awesome. Because there's been something. How's it going? There's been something going on with my with StreamYard. I don't know if it's due to the new Chrome OS update I got, but when I go to join a room, like my camera will freeze. And then, like, I have to put myself backstage, turn my camera on, and then have myself get invited back in for a thing. But it worked fine. Really quick, I did want to ask a question, David. And I want you, if you honestly don't want this to happen, I want you to tell me. But is it all right if I mirror the discussion that we had on your channel? And like I said, if the answer is no, feel free to tell me.
Feel free to go and do whatever you want. Yeah, feel free to mirror it to your channel. Awesome. So, Leo, did you see my debate with Otangelo?
I've watched a few snippets, but I haven't seen the full thing. But I'm sure that Otangelo did not disappoint in the sense that he ran the same fucking shit he always does.
Yeah. I think I counted at least like a dozen or 2 dozen structures he said are irreducible complex, which is very difficult to actually counter every single point.
No, it's Gallup.
Yeah, exactly. So what I did was just kind of go through the Dover trial, show them what happened and all that, and kind of go through it. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of the.
So it looks like Speed has some timestamps here. So I'd be glad to watch some of them. I'm sure I might remember some of it, but I only watched like 3-5 minutes, and then I'd skip ahead 10-20 minutes, watch a little bit, skip ahead, watch, skip ahead. So I kind of got the gist of it, and I picked up that Otangelo was just running the same fucking script he always does. When was it? You made a statement, David, about something. Fuck, what was that? I think it was like sort of the naturalistic that, we have an explanation for this, you don't, so you don't have anything to present. I cannot remember when it was.
Was that at the end?
Yeah, that was at the end where I put out the case against intelligent design. Look, intelligent design can't even tell us who or what this designer is. They have no mechanism. They have no objective way of even verifying which god it is. Yeah. So just from those facts alone, intelligent design cannot be science unless they have a way of doing that.
Exactly. Is Manny gonna hop in here? I'd like to see Manny come in because I know he's always got good words, good things to say about stuff like this.
Yeah. Hey, Mr.
I don't know if he's busy though.
Have you seen the debate, Mr. Parker?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So, Leo, from what you have seen, who would you say, quote unquote, won the debates?
From what I saw, it was you, because all Otangelo did was just run a script where you're actually addressing his points, deconstructing them from what I saw, and explaining that, look, you don't have a mechanism, you don't have something that we can test, you don't have reproducible evidence. We do. We've done it. We've reproduced it. We verified it. We know this is true. This is what I'm presenting. You don't have much to offer.
Yeah, I asked him in one of the streams, like, can you tell me something that is not irreducible complex? And
yes, I remember that. Yeah, I think I did catch that, or at least part of that. Sort of back and forth. I think I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, because even if you think about it, even an atom is quote unquote irreducible complex, because you have to have the parts of the proton. You have to have the
you have to have the protons. You have to have the electrons, and with heavier particles, naturally, you have to have the neutrons.
Yeah, and you got to have the quarks. You got to have the electroweak force and the electrostrong force and all the fundamental force. I think so. Even an atom is quote unquote irreducible complex.
Yeah.
So,
but let me play devil's advocate for Otangelo here. Yes, but the atom is intelligently designed. The quark force is intelligently designed. That's exactly what he would argue.
Yeah, exactly. And I love your impersonation of his accent.
So, Sal Cordova is going to have a thing on physics tomorrow on relativity and something else.
Yeah. By the way,
on his channel.
Yeah.
By the way,
What's
Leo,
up?
did your debate on Wednesday ever happen or no?
Oh yeah, I can put give me a second. I'm going to check out what this thing is on Sal's channel, and then I'm going to
I can come up with a link and put it in here somewhere, but we can do it.
If you've got a link to that preview, send it to me, because I just want to see the title, and then I'll put the link to my debate in the side shot too. So.
Yeah, put it in the side chat. But should we just get started here and start listening to Otangelo?
Oh yeah, definitely. Let's get going.
Everybody take a swig of coffee, because it's
or beer.
Or beer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, let me know if you can hear it. Okay.
Before we start, really quick, I do have a question for David. You said you had dinner with your partner tonight or something like that?
Yeah, my partner and I went out for dinner.
How'd that go? Did it go good?
Oh yeah, we just got some Chinese takeout.
Oh, nice.
That's
man,
awesome.
You just made me crave Chinese food. It's been
I know.
since I've had it.
I love Chinese.
Yeah, it's good. They can make some good food.
Yeah.
Amongst God knows how many other things.
Going out is like a family vacation. Me and my son went to the emergency room for 4 hours last night, and that was our family vacation, and we had fun. It was actually fun.
I did want to ask David just another quick. How long have you and your partner been together, if I may ask?
A little bit over a year now, probably.
Right on.
So yeah.
Right on.
No.
And I did put the link to my debate on agree to disagree in the side chat whenever anybody wants to save that or add it to the view later or whatever.
Yeah, okay. I definitely want to see that. I'm sure who was your opponent in that debate?
His name was Philip, and he did not do a very good job. We found out like halfway through the debate that he's a flat earther. So
oh God, God.
I'll put it in the YouTube chat as well for anybody. There, it should be in there for anybody that wants.
I think his name was Philip Dick K.
No. It's Philip
Dick
Hold
K?
on. I have him. Excuse me. I have him in my email. I can look up what his name is. Philip Aman, A-M-A-N. I don't know if it's Amon or Aman or what. He's from Australia. I mean, I don't know if he's native to Australia, but that's definitely, I mean, his accent is definitely Australian. But Speed, if you could post that link whenever you get a chance to Sal's video that he's going to be posting in the side chat, because I like Sal. I do. I like Sal, and I could tell you right now he knows more than me on physics because he's actually got a degree in it.
Yeah, I must say I really like Sal. He is a good guy. I think he's a nice person to do conversation with, and from the little bit I had in my after show, he seems like a natural person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to run the.
Did he come into your after show?
What was that?
Did he come into your after show?
Well, he actually ran an after show on his channel, which was fine because I was freaking exhausted. I slept for pretty much 13, 14 hours after the debate. I was exhausted from my 10-hour shift. Note to self, I'm never doing any more debates after a 10-hour shift.
I'm still here. I just had to shut my camera off.
Okay.
I'm going to who's Orge 343?
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't know Orge?
Hello. I think I run into him on Praise's channel.
He's I think, what did he say he was? Well, he's a
Oldest creationist.
No. I think he's an atheist. I might be wrong. Maybe agnostic, but he's like a geoengineer. No, geophysicist. I think
Geophysicist. Yeah. I have a degree
Oh,
in
he's
geophysics.
in the chat. Oh, I didn't know that. My bad. Okay.
Yeah, but I thought you were. Are you an atheist?
Yeah, you can call me that. That works.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
Good.
A or Gay, how are you?
Hey, David.
Hey, or Gay, have you seen the whole debates? What did you think?
I actually was not. I wanted to watch it, but I wasn't able to. So I plan on watching it with this little show over.
I guess just start playing the.
Okay, I'm going to start playing Otangelo's Open. That's where I'm going to start. And remember,
watch
the word to stop the video is foreskin, but you have to say it very loudly. Foreskin.
I'm just going to let you know, dude. I'm probably just going to start talking.
I'm just going to say apple crackers.
Leo, be good. Don't make me stop this car and come back there.
Oh, God.
Okay, and then I'll go find you Cell's link. Okay, I'm playing.
Okay, intelligent design against naturalistic evolution. What is the better explanation of origins?
Oh, shit.
There are four facts which all agree upon in regards to evolution. And there are two which are disputed between the proponents of intelligent design and the proponents of evolution, namely common ancestry and the origin of biodiversity and higher organismal form. In regards of common ancestry, there are 6 major points which evidence that the claim is not true. The major transitions in evolution are divided in 6 major steps. In the evolutionary narrative, at the root of the evolutionary tree, there is the split of the 3 domains of life. The origin of eukaryotic cells is acknowledged to be a major evolutionary problem. Eukaryotic cells function in different physical which is up to 1,000 times larger in diameter.
Okay, give me a second here because I need to pull up, and forgive me if I'm a little quiet. I got people sleeping in the room over, but it's gonna take about what's that?
You weren't that quiet.
No, yeah, that's because I had the mic right up to my mouth.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Hey, Nathan.
That sounds like Nathan. That's definitely
that
Nathan.
Is Nathan.
It might take me a second here to get the link pulled up, but in terms of the development of cells. Let me make sure I gotta find the right. Okay. And this is from pnas.org, the publications in the National Academy of Sciences. Quote, how did the first cells on Earth arise? In a minimal cell, a membrane separates proteins and RNA from the surrounding aqueous environment. Cell-like membranes spontaneously assemble from simple prebiotic surfactants called fatty acids. However, fatty acid membranes are unstable in solutions containing salts that were likely present in environments of the early Earth. We find that amino acids, the building blocks of proteins, bind to fatty acid membranes and stabilize them against salts. Moreover, enhanced stabilization persists after dilution, as would occur when a dehydrated pool refills with water, a likely setting for the emergence of cells. In addition to explaining how the first membranes were stabilized, our findings answer how key components of the first cells co-localized. If anybody wants that paper, just let me know and I'll put it in the side chat.
Yeah, definitely throw all links in the side chat.
Okay.
Yeah, I would love.
It's a very good paper. It's really, and to me, it's one of like 3 papers that I consider. It maybe I'm overstepping my bounds here by saying it, but I say the death knell of intelligent design.
Oh yeah, I definitely want that paper, and I'm gonna.
I put her in the private chat for you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna bookmark that paper.
Okay, so
stupid horror. Sarah is in the chat. I see.
Should we call her Sarah or stupid horror energy?
The only thing I can say is like. And I know people don't like him. Steve McRae calls her Sarah. I've known a lot of other people to call her Sarah. So if they're saying it publicly on streams, I'm assuming she doesn't care. If she does, she can virtually slap the shit out of me.
Let's see here. I am going to Google what she just recommended, and should I go ahead and play?
Yes.
Okay, but
I had to have
having a
pause
volume
there for what he said about cells. Like,
Okay.
no, we've
size
got a
up
pretty
to
good idea.
15,000 times larger. The diversity of the outcomes of phylogenetic analysis has led to considerable frustration and phylogenomic impasse owing to the inadequacy of the available phylogenetic methods to remove the ambiguity of relationships. Still today, most biology textbooks tell us that organelles such as chloroplasts and mitochondria evolved through endosymbiosis, a hypothesis promoted by Lynn Margulis, and that is supposed to explain the origin of eukaryotes. Because mitochondria look like prokaryotes, it was assumed that eukaryotic cells came into existence when one prokaryotic swallowed another prokaryote. A problem with this idea is that prokaryotic cells lack the ability to swallow other cells. Eukaryotic cells can,
All right, stop.
but every eukaryote that we know has mitochondria.
Whatever it is. All right. This is one of the things that kind of threw me off. Like, what the fuck is he even talking about?
I know.
Like, this seems to be one of those things that are not even wrong.
Enveloping other cells is pretty much something prokaryotes definitely can't do. So, and that was the idea. So I don't know where he pulled that out of his butt.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so is there any scientific papers or whatever where prokaryotic cells like swallowing other cells that'll be helpful for like when I have another discussion with him?
I think it'd be it's so general that it would be hard to even find that.
I'm pretty sure you can just find videos of cells eating each other like that. I mean,
so is he trying to like talk about how we don't? And I might be wrong here. I don't know if did I watch? I watched a little bit of his intro. Did I see this part? God, I can't remember. Anyway, is he trying to say that like we don't know how eukaryotic cells developed out of prokaryotic cells, like that?
Yeah, he's pushing back on the endosymbiosis theory.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have trouble with my brain tonight.
We haven't confirmed it, but it's like inflationary theory. It hasn't been experimentally confirmed, but god damn it, it explains every fucking thing we see and fits with every line of data we have. To deny it just means that you're denying it for the sake of either ideology or ignorance. So Otangelo can pick which one it is, because the theory goes that the earliest cells would have sort of swallowed some sort of bacteria that then served a function that essentially became functional within that cell, and so the cell eventually developed something along the lines of the bacteria to prevent it from having to eat the bacteria to perform or rather that the cells that had this bacteria in it could survive better than cells that didn't, leading to cells developing that and thus those taking precedent over the planet, essentially, as natural selection works. Generally.
Yeah, I found one paper that Stupid Horror Energy had recommended that Candidatus Carcinella rudi frontiers
rudii. I'm assuming it's rudii, like radii with two
some
eyes.
People say rudi,
because I'm assuming it's rudius, and then plural would be rudii, but I could be wrong.
Rudii, the frontier between cell and organelle, genome, and analysis of Candidatus rudii.
Can I quote really quick? It is from the abstract, but reading this now, it seems kind of important. So from the abstract, quote, several genomes of bacterial endosymbionts of different insect species have been recently sequenced, and their biology has been extensively studied. Recently, the complete genome sequence of Candidatus carcinella rudii, considered the primary endosymbiont of the psyllid Paxilla venusta, has been published. This genome consists of a circular chromosome of 159,662 base pairs and has been proposed as the smallest bacterial endosymbiont genome known to date. End quote.
Yeah, there are a few more papers. The evolution of genomic instability in the obligate endosymbionts of whiteflies. So apparently, but then there's a lot to read there.
This is the one that Sarah cited. Is not a long paper at all. So that's an easy read.
Which one? She actually just mentioned the genome.
The Carcinella rudii one. That's not a long read, actually. Wow.
Oh.
I'm going to have to keep that up and read it later.
I just found a bunch of papers with that particular genome in it. So there's another one. I have to take a look, but and I have not so far.
I just wanted to mention that Stranding the Truth is here.
Yep, Standing for Truth is in the house. Hey, Standing.
In the house.
Stranding the Truth.
Standing for Truth.
Or Standing in Poop, as we love to call him.
Shitting on the stoop. Fluke. Sanding a tooth. Branding a moose.
We love you, Stanley.
I'm sorry, Stanley. You got a name that's easy. I mean, I've got Leosyphilis, pedophilius. I mean,
yeah.
you can throw them back at me, Standing. I'm thick-skinned. It's not gonna hurt.
Yeah, I have pretty thick skin.
Yeah, at this point we are.
I guess I'll put a little bit of a sideboard, shameless advertisement. Standing for Truth, and I will be doing a debate discussion on genetic entropy.
Oh my God! No, David, we're having a talk before that.
Yeah.
This genetic entropy straightforwardly is not.
Oh yeah, I already have my entire opening prepared. So Leo, you and I can chat and do a little bit of a mock debate if you want.
Right on. That sounds good.
Okay.
He's got a list of the top 10 names they give. I'm going to be honest, Standing. I'd love to see that list just because I like a good laugh. Hey.
So do I.
We got a long way to go.
Yep.
It's not clear which came first, the ability to swallow other cells or the mitochondria.
What the fuck?
Okay, no. Foreskin.
Come on. We got to let him get out more than 3 words before.
Yeah.
What he says is just so wrong.
It's not
obviously the swallowing the cells came before the mitochondria.
Exactly.
Really?
Like that should be pretty obvious, but that's just one of the things that kind of like in the debate was like, what on earth is he even talking about?
That is a facepalm moment right there. That's just one of those, oh my God, really? Okay, I'm done.
Where did Stanley get this guy?
Some science papers announced that the link between prokaryotes and eukaryotes had been found. And then in Nature magazine, they published that modern phylogenetics indicates that the host...
What did he say? Modern what?
Modern phylogeny. You got to remember, Otangelo has an accent, so he said phylogeny. It's phylogeny.
I thought he said phylionetics.
He said phylogeny.
Phylionetics?
Phylogeny. He said maybe phylogenetics.
Indicate, and then in Nature magazine,
you were right.
They published that modern phylogenetics
phylionetics
that the host...
No. Rewind that again once more.
Bacteria phylogenetics indicates, and in Nature magazine, they published that modern phylogenetics indicates that the host, which engulfed another bacteria to become mitochondria, was an archaeon.
Okay.
Only 1 year later, they had to acknowledge...
I think it was the other way around. Was it the mitochondria, the archaeon?
Wait, what?
The mitochondria, what was ingested was an archaeon, I think.
Yeah. Isn't that a type of archaebacteria?
That's just like another branch. Very different. Okay.
There was no relatedness, and that the results indicated that Lokiarchaea did not correspond to Eukarya.
Okay, bullshit. Let me screenshot this quickly. Oh, damn it. So he's got a paper for us to look up. Did he link any of these papers?
Lokiarchaea.
Not bridging the gap.
Okay. What's that say? Lokiarchaea are close relative.
Yeah, okay, so they found something that they don't think bridges the gap. Big fucking deal. There's a lot of candidates out there, so.
To Eukarya. there is a considerable number of innovations that would have had to take place to transition and evolve from prokaryotic to eukaryotic cells. I am listing over 40.
What is he listing?
One of the major problems is the origin of organelles in eukaryotic cells. The Golgi apparatus,
Oh, fuck, I found the
the
paper.
nucleus, the mitochondrion, etc.
You found the paper that he had listed?
I don't know, but I found a good paper.
What paper did he find?
Oh, shit, don't tell me it's behind a goddamn motherfucking paywall. Hold on, let me see what's going on here.
Yep. Evidence behind a fucking paywall. Go to SciHub and...
It's called Complex Archaea that bridged the gap between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Nature, 2015, May 14th.
Okay.
I can read you guys the abstract if you want.
Oh, yeah, definitely go right ahead.
I will. Let me read the abstract here. The origin of the eukaryotic cell remains one of the most contentious puzzles in modern biology. Recent studies have provided support for the emergence of the eukaryotic host cell from within the archaeal domain of life. But the identity and nature of the putative archaeal ancestor remain a subject of debate. Here we describe the discovery of Lokiarchaeota, a novel candidate archaeophyllum which forms a monophyletic group with eukaryotes in phylogenomic analyses and whose genomes encode an expanded repertoire of eukaryotic signature proteins that are suggestive of sophisticated membrane remodeling capabilities. Our results provide strong support for hypotheses in which the eukaryotic host evolved from a bona fide archaeon and demonstrate that many components that underpin eukaryote-specific features were already present in that ancestor. This provided the host with a rich genomic starter kit to support the increase in the cellular and genomic complexity that is characteristic of eukaryotes. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where. Let me see what I can do here. Full text links. Let me go here and see if I can't get the full text. Yes, I motherfucking can, and I will link it in the private chat and in the YouTube chat. Give me a second. There it is in the private chat, and let me get it in the YouTube chat here.
There's a plus.
There she is. Boom, baby.
Where'd you put it? Oh,
yep.
There.
Complex Archaea that bridge the gap. I'm gonna have to. There's 2 papers now that I need to read that I have saved.
I'm gonna try to link all these papers in the description. So
I already linked the one that I shared. So
yeah, I have it.
Oh no, not in the description. I'm sorry, in the YouTube side chat.
Go ahead, and I found the paper that he linked also. So let's see. The one that complains about this particular hypothesis, and I don't understand why. Hang on a second. Oh, okay. Proceed a little bit. Oh, David got lost. We lost David. Oh, wait a minute. David's back.
Yeah, hey, sorry about that.
Hang on a second. I got another paper to link. Oh no, Boomer doesn't know what an ASMR is. What is an ASMR?
I can tell you in just a quick second. It's audio. Okay, no, not audio. Autonomous sensory meridian response.
Okay.
Where did you see?
It's turning stupid whore energy on. I'm not sure what it is.
Is my voice ASMR stupid whore energy? Is it me?
What I see is ASMR. So that's MRI for your ass. So that's like that's MRI colonoscopy and ASMR. Okay, I got it right. Didn't I? I got it right.
Keep going if you want me to. I could just talk like this all night.
I think she was telling me that I got it right. I don't know about you.
I don't know what the yes is for, to be completely honest. I just don't.
Anyway, hopefully somebody will illuminate Boomer. So, okay, I'm going to proceed a little bit.
I know what it means for a voice to be ASMR because, yeah, I have autism. ASMR does not come hard for me.
Require information in the organelle from the mother cell to make organelles for the next generation, daughter cells. That raises the question, how these organelles evolved if the first could not inherit the information from the mother cell. Daughter cell membranes come only from mother cell membranes. When a cell reproduces by division, it has to duplicate its organelles in addition to its chromosomes. In general, cells do this by incorporating new molecules into the existing organelles, thereby enlarging them, and the enlarged organelles then divide and are distributed to the daughter cells. Thus, each daughter cell inherits a complete set of specialized cell membranes from its mother. During the process, the organelles are enlarged and subsequently must divide. But how does this happen? We all know how a boa kills its prey, by constriction. Amazingly, there is a set of proteins who perform their task like a boa constriction. They are called dynamine and operate by an amazing process called organelle constriction. They possess the remarkable property of assembling into contractile helical polymers that wrap around the neck of an organelle. They perform the challenging job of constricting the organelles until they are separated. This is just one example of many highly...
I just wanted to let everybody know, I looked up the term organelle constriction. It's not a widely used term. You may continue.
Okay. He's got a point here. This is something I don't know about, which I will know about tomorrow.
Stupid whore energy. Proteins. Yeah, that's how he pronounces proteins. It's fucking
proteins. Keep in mind.
No. Hold on. I sell protein and protein accessories.
Leo, you're popping your mic quite a bit, so
that's because I'm putting it right in front of my
face. But it's popping. It's popping. You need a pop filter.
Get a pop filter like me.
Don't make me, Leo. I can mute you.
Orchestrated and finely adjusted processes that have to take place during organelle constriction. In my understanding, this process had to emerge fully functional right from the beginning.
Yeah, right.
A stepwise evolutionary process seems not feasible. To me, this looks like amazing molecular engineering and
foreskin.
Fuck you. I'm not gonna get off my mic.
Oh my God, you're popping, Leo.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold on, let me just speak real quick. This is pretty much him saying it. This is pretty much his whole argument here is personal incredulity. It seems like to me, but this is 100% incredulity.
Yeah, and there's endosymbiotic hypotheses for the creation of endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus and many other things, and a lot of those things probably came with a great deal of the machinery to divide those cells as well, or divide those parts of the cells. And I would have to look into it. I mean, it's complicated, but it's just basically we don't know. It's complicated, so it can't happen.
And therefore, God. It's complicated. And therefore, God.
Yeah,
that is Jello's real voice.
It is better than the argument colors.
It's unfortunate.
God, so.
No, we can't hear you at all, Leo.
I said it's better than the argument colors and shapes. Therefore, God. So.
Yeah.
I just want to do a sound test.
And not.
Can you guys hear me right at this
level? No, you're real low.
It's really low.
What about
you're
now?
Real low? But I don't know. I kind of like you that way.
What about now?
It's getting better, but it's not there yet.
What about now?
Just get a mic.
There you go.
Actually
Perfect.
buy one.
I don't.
Yeah, you're perfect.
I don't want to get a mic. I have a mic. It's right here.
You need a mic.
No, you need
a microphone, like a real one.
I have a microphone.
No, not
be a real man. Be a real man and get a mic.
This thing is called a fucking
You got it from KTEL, for fuck's sake.
No,
You're either
Is that
popping
the
or
computer mic they gave you from
no.
school?
I got it off of it's a Sennheiser.
He got it off a Barbie set. It was like a
shut
fucking Barbie
the fuck
kit.
He got it
up,
from the
you
$2
dumb mother-
section
you
in Target.
decrepit old fuck. I
got
got
it
it off of
it's like-
Amazon. It's a Sennheiser, one of
It's
the
like-
best names in the industry.
No,
I
it's
don't care what's
the
the best name in the-
Barbie YouTube
Problem.
channel has
In the
has
pop
basically-
industry?
The problem is I have to talk more quietly because there are people sleeping in the other room.
You're too close.
Don't need to sound like Vader.
He's so like Vader. God.
Okay, that's loud. I got people sleeping in the other room too.
Oh shit. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. I'm gonna go
Other
on.
huge problem
Other
is
huge
the origin
problem.
of mitotic cell division, which is one of the most fundamental tasks of eukaryotic cells. Cells have intricate and tightly regulated machinery to ensure that mitosis occurs with appropriate frequency and high fidelity. At least 14.
Correg. Hello and welcome to All Things Considered, where we talk really softly and right in
NPR
the mic. I'm
News.
sorry. No, yeah, I had to do that. So, continue. I'm sorry.
Cell cycle regulators are essential. If one of those regulators is missing, the cell cycle cannot be completed. Therefore, the regulation of the cell cycle is irreducibly complex. To my next point, 5 geochemical energy cycles are essential for advanced life forms on Earth. That creates a huge problem for evolutionary scenarios. How did these cycles get off the hook? These are gigantic interdependent systems where if one part of the cycle is missing, nothing goes. And they are also interdependent between each other. The 3 main cycles are the water cycle, the carbon cycle, and the nitrogen cycle. These 3 cycles, working in balance, are responsible replenishing the ecosystem with the nutrients necessary to sustain life.
Foreskin.
If any of these 3 cycles...
Okay, guys, I'm stepping away. My raccoons are attacking. I've got to feed them.
So the problem here is the cycles he listed aren't necessary for life in the sense that he's talking about, where you have to have those to have life. Life evolved to survive alongside those particular processes. So there's a distinct, and this is the problem with a lot of creationists, is it's not that the things we see are necessary for life, it's that life, at least as we know it, depends on the things that we see.
So, like, kind of like a puddle analogy of sorts.
Yes. The analogy I give is that fish were not designed to survive in the ocean, or I mean, rather, the ocean was not designed for fish. Fish evolved to survive in that particular environment. That is one of the core tenets of evolution, is that organisms evolve to survive in their environments. The better they can survive in their environments, the more likely they are to survive and pass on that particular genetic information to their progeny, at which point they begin to dominate in those environments and can in fact drive other species not as well equipped for survival in those environments out of existence. This is basic fucking biology. The fact that these people can't get this is astounding.
Yeah, there should be common sense. If you involve in an environment that doesn't need eyes, the organism loses eyes, which is exactly why certain organisms have, certain animals have vestigial eyes that can't see.
Yep.
Okay, this is, should we skip ahead to your opening?
Yeah, sure. Let's go to my opening.
Yeah, we might as well. We've heard enough about Otangelo to know that he's getting every fucking thing.
Well, everything we can find here on his cat's board anyway, so he's not saying anything new.
So I suggest that we move on to the opening of David.
We are. Thank you, Manny. I think this is your opening, but let me see.
Yes, that is my opening right there.
Okay.
Well, once again, thank you, Standing for Truth, for hosting this debate, and Otangelo for agreeing to this debate.
Shutting my
Quote to
camera
yourself,
off, I'm still
never
here.
do a debate after a 10-hour shift ever again. I am falling asleep, but thankfully I have some caffeine to keep me awake. So I kind of want to take this debate from a little bit of a different angle, and instead of just, I'm going to kind of break this down into three main parts. Number one, I'm just going briefly over the evidence for evolution, but more importantly, in part two, I really wanted to kind of go into how evolution is actually used and the practical applications of it. And then finally, I am going to discuss some of the many problems associated with intelligent design. So nothing in biology makes sense except in the light of evolution. Evolution is the cornerstone of modern biology. Nothing would make sense without this theory. And Dr. Daniel Fairbanks said that having applied evolution theory in my research, I can unhesitantly say that evolution never mattered more than it does now. Using the theory of evolution, we have been able to learn so much about the development of life and have been able to learn so much about medicine and ecology and all of that fun stuff. First point is evolution is an observable fact. The microevolution that he and I both agree happens, and we both agree speciation happens, and macroevolution as well. So both speciation is macroevolution. So Otangelo is saying, all right, foreskin, all agree with macroevolution, both microevolution and macro. All right, I just wanted to point out that it's really frustrates me when I'm speaking to creationists who accept speciation but deny that it's macroevolution, because that is the only line in which micro and macroevolution really matters, right?
Well, hybridization is another form of macroevolution, but it doesn't occur as often as speciation does.
Yeah, well, speciation is more of the stuff that matters mostly, because that is when two species diverge and all of that.
Yep.
Well, they think that there is a limiting factor, and Standing for Truth will famously ask if you can make a dog as small as a flea or as big as an elephant.
Yeah, Kent
You mean a Hovinism?
Yeah, Kant-Hovind.
That's a Hovinism. That's what.
Yeah, well, that's where Stanley got it. So, and the answer to that question is flea, no; elephant, maybe.
Well, you know what, Speed?
They can't get a pig as big as Texas. Will they ever get a pig as big as Texas?
No, because that would violate and the answer to that is no, because it would violate the fucking laws of physics, and it would collapse under the weight of its own gravity.
Speed literally just left his own fucking stream. What a douche. There he is. So
I would also like to point out, because we always leave those out, that also neuroscience is heavily affected by evolution, and psychology, like the whole field of behaviorism and CBT. We wouldn't have those without if we didn't have evolution. Like we wouldn't study mice and pigeons and crap.
Well, I just can't believe that you think a dog is related to a mosquito.
Oh, good one. Say water. Can you say water?
Water?
Water.
Water. Like an otter.
Page 500, organelle duplication. Okay, the cats walked on my microphone and knocked me out for a second. I got cats, I got raccoons. It's fucking driving me nuts. Plus, I got Leo. God.
You think pine trees and elephants are related?
See what I mean? Okay, I'm going
We
on.
all came from a rock.
Shall I move forward?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Evolution. The points of disagreement are the time scale, what role God may have played, and the extent of common ancestry. This debate really is going to be coming in on the final point of the disagreement. Does all of life share a common ancestor, or do only certain organisms share a common ancestor? So there are, because we know several different modes of speciation, and we even understand how this happens very well. We even have different names for them and how they happen. And an analogy for this speciation is language. Language evolves over time the same way biological organisms do. Descent with basic inherited modification. I inherit the language from my parents, but we also, over time, add new words, and words change meaning, and over time, we get new languages. And it's the exact same way in biology.
Very good analogy.
So, point number one is evolution helps us understand the development of life.
Forskin, so that is an excellent analogy which has been used many times.
Yeah.
And we can also add that you never had an Italian speaker, a Latin speaker give birth to an Italian speaker.
Exactly.
That does not happen. That's not a thing.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and I like this analogy because I know most creationists use this false analogy of common designer. They use like plates, and they use like cars, trucks, SUVs, and airplanes, and all that. But they don't have the ability to reproduce and have descent with modification. But language does. So that's why I use the analogy of language, because I inherits my parents' language, and we develop it on our own. So basically, that is basically descent with modification.
Exactly.
So that is why language is a perfect analogy for evolution.
And you can also find like related languages, like all the Latin languages and English, which is also related to German, and you can see the relations in the evolution of the language.
Right.
Yeah, that's the point I was going to make. Is that if you looked at it, all languages are related to each other, and there isn't a point at which you can say, "Oh no, this is no longer Latin; it's now Italian, or it's now Spanish." That's just not the way it works. I mean, it's just not.
Exactly. And go on, continue.
Okay. Hang on a second. Shit. Sorry, I was busy doing something.
I shouldn't.
Right. Here's a very good paper about the developments, the speciation of cats. The paper says the ability to hybridize is the most important criteria for including species within a common basic type. This criterion cannot be used directly on fossil forms, however, because it indicates the extent of morphogenetic potential for a basic type. Hybridization is an indirect indicator of fossil inclusion. Therefore, reports of extant cat hybridization, fossils, skeletal evidence, and various other features, including molecular sequencing data, etc. Felidae represents a clear, delineated basic types. This is ironically from Creation Ministries International. What they actually did was they took this image from an actual peer-reviewed paper, which I'll show you in just a minute, and what they did was just remove the timescale that doesn't agree with their point of view, and I think that is very dishonest on the part of Creation Ministry International. Here's the original picture, and here's the actual abstract from that paper. I think I...
Creation Ministries, that's Hogan, right?
Field, species descended from relatively recent 11 million divergence, and this is from the genetic analysis of that. And using the molecular timescale and the molecular clock, we can guesstimate when these divergences happened. Now let's look at what role evolution has in our health. Number one, evolution plays a back and forth game between the pathogens and us. As we confer resistance to the antibiotics, as we evolve resistance to the pathogen becomes stronger to overcome us. And the evolutionary framework helps us to identify the origins of novel viruses. Evolution explains why pathogens counter our attempts to control them. And Standing for Truth Being a Nurse knows this quite well. And this is quite a huge problem with the antibiotic-resistant bacteria. That is a huge problem in the medicine today. And finally, evolutionary genomics advances medicine. So let's look at HIV, which let's look at the actual steps that was needed in order for it to actually infect humans. First is that, excuse me, let me go back to my notes here. So from Dr. Fairbank's book, the virus had to mutate into a form that can overcome natural immunity to SIV in humans. Mammals have a gene that encodes a protein called tetherin. This protein has evolved to confer resistance to retroviruses by tethering them to the inside of the cell they infect and preventing the virus from replicating. For SIV-CPZ to successfully infect a human, it had to overcome the suppressive effect of human tetherin. The SIV-CPZ evolved by acquiring two anti-tetherin genes called NEF and VPU, one from each of the original monkey viruses that fused to form the chimpanzee virus. The NEF gene mutated to overcome the chimpanzee tetherin, but the VPU gene remained essentially insert. When the virus jumped to humans, the human tetherin was so different that the NEF gene could not overcome human tetherin. Instead, the VPU gene mutated to overcome human tetherin, allowing HIV-1 group M to infect humans. And a mutation in the second gene called GAG was also required for the chimpanzee virus to jump to humans. So by all metrics, let me get back to where I was. By all metrics, this is an irreducible complex virus, which seems to be Otangelo's entire opening statement was basically irreducible complexity. Well, here is a virus that is irreducibly complex. Many mutations and parts had to go together exactly correct, and we know that this is exactly the pathway for which this virus.
Skin of 4.
Okay, yeah. So later on in the debate, I actually asked Otangelo, "Hey, Otangelo, is HIV irreducibly complex?" He said, "I don't know." So
I would also like to point out that if we're talking about health, there's this one country which I'm not going to name, whose president decided to withdraw from the WHO.
Yeah.
And therefore, when new strains of H1N1 come out this winter, that country is not going to receive the information from the WHO about those new strains and will not have a modern vaccine. Yay! And then they can argue that evolution doesn't happen.
Yeah, and God, I fucking hate Donald Trump, and I fucking hate every single fucking person who fucking voted for him.
Yeah. I did not name names.
My son was talking about attacking our Republican neighbor tonight. Literally. It's like, I like Dennis.
If he hasn't voted yet.
I like Dennis, but we're going to kill him. Oh, this channel does not condone killing your Republican neighbors. I just want to point that out. So.
Don't Republicans evolve at a certain point into something? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. His whole point is you never know what Trump's going to do. It's like he's exciting, apparently, to some of them. So anyway, God help us all. Okay. No politics, man.
All right, yeah, moving on. Let's move on.
Only socialism, but no politics.
Evolve to infect humans. And finally, my point against intelligent design is this. Intelligent design is unintelligently designed. What does the word God even mean? Who or what is designer? What is their nature? What is the mechanism by which the intelligent designer created? What is the limit to common ancestry? And in my rebuttal, I will be honing on this point quite forcefully. And when did this creation happen? And which God did it? Was it the Christian God, the Jewish God, the Muslim God, the atheist God, any God? If intelligent design advocates want to replace the theory of evolution, they need to answer these questions and give an objectionable evidence for it. So again, I am going to be pressing Otangelo to answer each of these questions in the open discussion. Because if he can't even answer these basic questions, then intelligent design, I'm sorry to say, cannot be science. So in summary, evolutionary principles help us to know who we are and where we came from. Evolution has practical applications. Intelligent design simply does not. And intelligent design is poorly designed. Thank you very much. How did I do in time?
Awesome.
Okay, so What do you guys think of my opening presentation?
I loved the ending. It was very good, and I loved the intelligent design is not intelligently designed, which is so true.
Yeah, it is true.
So you guys go, okay, there's a piece about, let's see, where are we at? 30. There was something at 3125 I wanted to point out. I don't know what it maybe.
I made some notes here, and I would like to use again the to show my replies. Okay, so
of course, yeah, I will. I'm not going to start your timer just yet. Once we get your screen share, then I'll start it. To be fair, Otangelo. So once you hit screen share,
David.
Yes.
I guess I would say to answer your question, we didn't watch the entirety of Otangelo's intro, but did he bring up the application side of things? Or did he just kind of say, here's a bunch of stuff I can't explain?
Basically, from what I remember, just here's a bunch of stuff I can't explain. I don't think he actually made any applications for it.
Okay.
And that is one of the obvious death knells to creationism, is that it has no useful applications, unlike the theory of evolution, which has many useful applications.
Yeah, I agree. When I talk geology with people, I always go back to a Noah's flood doesn't let you do anything. It just means that the entire world is covered by one thing, and I can't tell you what oil versus coal exists. So I think that's a very good argument on your end too, is the fact that we can use evolution, right? Modern medicine is based on the theory of evolution, and we're very happy that is the way it is.
Exactly. All right. Okay. Let's hear the rebuttals.
I'm going to bed, so thanks for letting me in.
Okay. You're welcome. Good night.
Okay. Good night.
Let's go for maybe another 15. Why don't we go for another 15 minutes, because it's midnight my time, and I'm going to be falling asleep pretty soon.
Yeah, we're going to have to.
This is probably going to need a part 2.
Yep. I have a part on limb, but let's listen to this.
And here I am lining out common descent, the tree of life, a failed hypothesis. I didn't have time in my introduction to expose the main points which demonstrate that common ancestry is not a plausible explanation for how everything started. And here, these are the main points. Point 1.
Sorry. This is one of the things that I completely missed when I was actually in the debate. Evolution is a theory on the biodiversity of life. It is not a theory on the origins of life. And I think that is the mistake that Otangelo makes here.
Does he get into abio? Yeah, he gets an abio here, doesn't he?
It's what's known as the origins or bust tactic, where we go like
something happened. Manny, did you disappear on us?
I'd like to go back to there. They have a gap to shove in their bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just all you have a problem. Evolution has a problem. It's I don't know. On and on. And we should probably focus on just one of these problems, like fins to limbs, and just beat it out on this channel and beat them to death on it. On just one thing. But then they'd come up with another problem and another problem, and
exactly.
Yeah. So when do you want to hang it up, David?
All right. Well, we've been going for almost an hour, so why don't we? This will probably be a good place to end, and maybe pick up sometime tomorrow.
Can I just point out that when a teacher gives you a math problem, that means you need to find a solution. That doesn't mean it's unsolvable.
Exactly.
And it's called a math problem. Last time I checked.
Yep. I'll try to update the link with all of the description with all of the links. I can't even talk.
Can I
Jello shots, yeah. And I think we'll pick it up tomorrow. So we'll go offline here and discuss that a little bit, David.
All right. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, guys, we're gonna end it for the night. I think everybody's tired.
Hold on.
All right. Good night, guys. Good night.
Good night.
Nighty night.
Hold on.
You got anything to say, Leo?
Yes.
Leo wants some more poppers, apparently.
Nope. What I wanted to say is, can I leave you all with a math problem to solve that you give me the answer to tomorrow?
Oh, God, no.
Give the definite integral from negative infinity to positive infinity of psi of x and t with respect to x. This really isn't hard, actually.
Psi of x.
If Sal's in the chat, he could probably give it right off the bat. If he is there, please don't give the answer because I don't want everybody to know.
Oh, come on.
Let me repeat it for everybody. Give the definite integral from minus infinity or negative infinity to plus infinity or positive infinity of psi of x and t with respect to x.
Okay, Leo. By our next meeting, come up with a good explanation for what negative reinforcement is.
I don't know what that
is.
In
psychology, what is negative reinforcement?
I have no fucking clue.
Well, go check that one out.
Why?
See if you can come up, because that's a stumper for everyone who tries to study behaviorism.
So was banned from Nevada casinos. Yeah, oh yeah. That's pretty
assuming
cool.
That's a troll.
Yeah, and we got to talk about Brockett.
Brockett notation?
Yeah, and well, I got that book on your recommendation.
Which book?
The one by Leonard Susskind.
Oh, let me show it to me right now.
It's upstairs. I would have to.
Well, you better walk upstairs and get it. Pixar, it didn't happen.
I just remembered something, guys.
Walk upstairs. 30 seconds to walk upstairs and get the book.
It's way the fuck up the steps.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Mike,
what?
Speed, whatever. Anyway, on today's or yesterday's weather report, you mentioned dualism.
Yes. I hate dualism.
Reading slowly through my biosemiotics book, and what's claimed there is that actually Aristotle, we only had part of his writings, which led us down the path of dualism, but apparently Aristotle was a monist.
Oh, wow, cool.
And not a dualist.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's I'll tell you about it sometime. It's really interesting.
Okay, so we're going to end this broadcast, and then I'm going to run up and get a book for Leo.
Okay. Yeah, you are.
I'm going to have to get my inhaler and my Spiriva and a mask. Okay. See you guys. Thanks, everybody, for stopping in.
Bye,
everybody. Hit the goddamn like button, for Christ's sake.
Is this it? Is
this Hit the like button.
Who is No Direction?
No.